This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
We have been led to believe that the sun goes down below a horizon as we roll away from it on our spinning ball Earth. But when we allow ourselves to question, challenge, or even try to confirm our beliefs with real-life observations, we allow ourselves to see what we really see, even if we cannot understand it. And perhaps we are not supposed to understand it, and that is the point of watching a sun travel away from us, getting smaller and smaller, and becoming a speck on the horizon, beyond the band of convergence, on an infinite plane.
If you want to find out how quickly the society can turn against one, and I'm talking seriously here, stand up and tell the truth about just anything that you want to stand up and tell the truth about. It scares the living daylights out of everyone. And so the first thing that happens is you find out who your friends are and who your friends are not, because there's a great weeding out there. And it's not anything that you do on your part or that I've done on my part. They just disappear. And you find very quickly that people are afraid to be around you because they can see the government being upset about what you're talking about, and they can see repercussions coming, and of course they have happened and will continue to happen. And ultimately, I really believe that there will be some kind of a terminal point where they decide that they're not just not going to put up with this pest anymore, and that's going to be the end of me. You can't go to church, you can't go to cocktail parties because everybody else is sitting around talking about the weather or, oh, what school did you go to? And when you have done the research and arrived at some of the answers that I know to be true now, those people become like kindergarten children. They're not in the real world, and I can't engage in that kind of a conversation. So you really find yourself in another world that has nothing to do with all of the rest of the people who are running around engaged in their activities that they think are so important to them. And to them, they really are. But to me, they've lost the reality of what really is important, and they're about to lose their freedom to even discover those things at this point. So if anybody wants to remember me, I would certainly be pleased if they just remembered I did what was the responsible and the right thing to do at a time when nobody else had the guts to do it.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, their smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. day after day, alone on a hill. The man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still. But nobody wants to know him. They can see that he's just a fool, and he never gives an answer. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning around. Well on the way, head in a cloud, the band of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud. But nobody ever hears him or the sound he appears to make, and he never seems to notice. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning around. And nobody seems to like him. They can tell what he wants to do, and he never shows his feelings. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning around and around, spinning around. And he never listens to them. He knows that they're the fools, and they don't like him. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning around.
I was a young kid when a friend told me she had seen a green flash. Wow, could there really be a green flash after the sunset? It seemed more a myth than a fact. But with improving technology and internet, the myth was gone. The name is misleading. It's not really a flash. The light does not get brighter, and nothing happens with the horizon or atmosphere. The only thing that really happens is that the sun turns green right before disappearing. Judging by my collection of green flashes here, one could conclude it's not that rare and very real. So what happens? Remember those light waves? When they enter a different density, for example, air to glass, short wavelengths bend stronger than long wavelengths. Best seen using a prism. The light spectrum is revealed. So the green flash is simply the last light. The rest of the disk is so bright that it outshines the rim until the very last moment. To the naked eye, it's a bright small dot of light that suddenly turns green and then quickly disappears.
man just can't ignore. And this world's gonna see what I'm standing for. I've got my peace, but I can't hold my tongue anymore. You can't buy my silence, you can't steal my voice, you can't keep me quiet. I will break the noise. Try to beat me down, tell me to shut my mouth, but there's a time to speak, and the time is now. The squeaky wheel is always getting grease while I've been sitting still, parked here on the side of the street, always tiptoeing, trying not to wake the beast. Oh, but here I come. All you monsters are gonna run from me. You can't buy my silence, you can't steal my voice, you can't keep me quiet. I will bring the noise. Try to beat me down, tell me to shut my mouth. There's a time to speak, and the time is now. Oh, it's the time is now, yeah. It's now. Oh, time is now, yeah.
And I spend 99% of my time searching out the truth where none of you have ever looked. Some of you may have looked in some of the areas and some of the things that I've looked in, but I can guarantee you there's nobody in this room who has looked where I've looked as long as I have looked, as diligently as I have done it. Okay? Now, I hope that you will take it out of here and use it to search for your own truth. Truth is not always cut and dried. It's not always black and white. You can't get into the concept that, hey, this is right and that is wrong and there is no in between, because that's not true. There are all kinds of in between all the time. And truth is elusive, folks. I have to tell you this. It's elusive at best, and it's hard to find. And the moment you think you know it all, you have lost yourself again.
Oh look, 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 oh look. Look in the sky, oh look in the sky. Can't you see a miracle? The stars are close. Can you make a wish while they circle around? We're not spinning. Just look, please look, please look, please look.
It is our eyes which always bring the horizon up to eye level. So, however far we can see across the surface is where the surface cuts off our view of the sky and therefore cuts off the sun as it travels away and continues to appear to sink down to the horizon without ever actually doing so. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and find it useful.